We use it every day, the internet. It's how we talk to each other, learn new things, and have fun. But what if it disappeared? Imagine, no Google searches, no social media, no YouTube. This isn't some scary future, it's a real possibility. We're so used to having tons of information, lots of videos, and instant connection to everyone. But this comes at a price. We've become really dependent on the internet. What happens when the internet goes out? Will you be ready? YouTube, think about more than just funny cat videos and music. It's like a giant library online. Need to fix a leaky sink? YouTube. Want to learn Spanish? YouTube. Getting ready for a storm? YouTube. Millions of people use YouTube to learn things, get advice, and connect with others. It's a really important tool, one we often forget about. But what if YouTube isn't there anymore? When your screen goes dark, where will you go for information? A world without YouTube is a world missing a lot of information. Imagine waking up one day and finding that your go-to source for tutorials, reviews, and entertainment has vanished. The void left behind is not just about missing videos, it's about the sudden absence of a vast repository of knowledge and shared experiences. Easy access to knowledge, to different opinions, disappears. The convenience of having answers at your fingertips is replaced by the need to seek information through more traditional means. People turn to books, engage in face-to-face discussions, and rely on their own experiences and the experiences of those around them. We only have what we already know, the information we have with us. This means that our learning becomes limited to the resources we physically possess. Libraries and personal book collections become invaluable, and note-taking becomes a crucial skill. Offline resources, once considered secondary, now take center stage in our quest for knowledge. This is why being prepared is super important. In a world where digital information is no longer readily available, having a well-rounded set of skills and knowledge becomes essential. People start to focus on practical skills such as preparing emergency kits, learning new survival techniques, and honing their ability to adapt to various situations. We can't only depend on the internet. The reliance on digital maps and online guides is replaced by the use of offline maps and written instructions. Families spend more time together, engaging in activities like playing board games and sharing stories, fostering a sense of community and cooperation. We need to learn things ourselves, build our own skills, and be able to take care of ourselves. Gardening, home repairs, and cooking from scratch become not just hobbies, but necessary skills for self-sufficiency. People take pride in their ability to create and maintain their own resources, reducing their dependence on external sources. Imagine a world where you can't just Google the answer. The ease of finding quick solutions online is replaced by the challenge of seeking out information through more labor-intensive methods. People turn to their communities, asking for help and sharing knowledge, creating a network of support and collaboration. Now imagine yourself doing great in that world. Picture yourself confidently performing tasks, successfully completing projects, and finding joy in working with your hands. The sense of accomplishment and self-reliance that comes from mastering new skills is unparalleled. That's what being prepared means. It's about having the tools and skills to thrive in any situation, no matter how challenging. It's about being confident in your ability to adapt and overcome obstacles, and finding strength in your own resourcefulness. In a world without YouTube, being prepared is not just an option, it's a necessity. In Canada, we've seen how quickly things can change online. The digital landscape is constantly evolving, and with it, the way we consume and interact with information. From social media platforms to news websites, the internet has become an integral part of our daily lives. But with this rapid evolution comes a host of challenges and questions about the future of online content and our access to it. Bill C-18, the Online News Act, has started a big conversation about online censorship and who controls information. This legislation aims to support local journalism by requiring tech giants to pay for news content. However, it has also sparked debates about the potential for government overreach and the implications for free speech. Critics argue that it could lead to unintended consequences, such as limiting the diversity of voices and perspectives available online. While it might be trying to help local news, it makes us think about something important. The role of journalism in our society is crucial, and supporting local news is essential for maintaining a well-informed public. However, we must also consider the broader implications of such policies. How do we balance the need to support journalism with the need to protect free speech and ensure a diverse range of viewpoints? our access to information isn't always a sure thing. In an age where misinformation and disinformation are rampant, it's more important than ever to have reliable sources of news. But what happens when access to these sources is restricted or manipulated? The internet has the power to democratize information, but it also has the potential to be a tool for control and censorship. It can be limited, changed, or even taken away. We've seen instances where governments or corporations have restricted access to certain websites or information. This raises important questions about who gets to decide what information is available and what isn't. In a world where information is power, controlling access to it can have significant implications for democracy and individual freedoms. This is why it's important to get your information from lots of places. Diversifying your sources of news and information can help you get a more complete and accurate picture of what's happening in the world. It can also protect you from the biases and limitations of any single source. By seeking out different perspectives, you can make more informed decisions and better understand the complexities of the issues at hand. Don't just use one website or app. Relying on a single source for your news can leave you vulnerable to misinformation and bias. Instead, explore a variety of news outlets, including independent and international sources. This can help you gain a broader understanding of global events and issues, and ensure that you're not missing out on important information. Look for different opinions, independent creators, and learn about the world from different angles. The internet offers a wealth of diverse voices and perspectives, from bloggers and vloggers to independent journalists and content creators. By engaging with a variety of sources, you can challenge your own assumptions, broaden your horizons, and develop a more nuanced understanding of the world around you. In an age of information overload, being a discerning and critical consumer of news is more important than ever. Imagine this. The power goes out, your phone is dead. No internet. This isn't made up, it's something that happens during storms, blackouts, and other emergencies. Suddenly we have to deal with a world without technology. It can feel scary and also kind of freeing. Scary because we don't have the things we're used to. Freeing because it makes us pay attention to our surroundings, our neighbors, and ourselves. So how do we get ready for a world without YouTube, without the internet, without all that online information? It's a daunting thought, isn't it? We rely so heavily on the internet for everything from recipes to emergency information. But what if one day it all just vanished? Would you be prepared? Would you know what to do? The key to being ready for such a scenario lies in knowledge and preparation. It starts with learning things. Books and guides are invaluable resources. They don't require electricity or an internet connection. Start by building a small library of essential knowledge. Look for books on survival skills, first aid, and basic outdoor living. These books can be your lifeline in an emergency. Download important stuff. First aid guides, survival tips, and other critical information. Make sure you have digital copies saved on your devices, but also consider printing them out. Digital files are great, but they can become inaccessible if your device runs out of battery or gets damaged. Maps of your area, save them offline or print them out. Knowing your surroundings is crucial. In an emergency, you might need to navigate without the help of GPS. Printed maps can guide you to safety, help you find resources, and keep you from getting lost. Learn important skills. Basic first aid is a must. Knowing how to treat injuries can save lives. Take a first aid course if you can. Practice regularly so that you can act quickly and confidently in an emergency. How to make a fire. How to clean water. These are essential survival skills. Fire can keep you warm, cook your food, and signal for help. Clean water is vital for staying hydrated and healthy. Learn different methods of water purification, such as boiling, filtering, and using purification tablets. How to build a shelter. These skills are really helpful if the power goes out. A good shelter can protect you from the elements and provide a safe place to rest. Learn how to use natural materials to construct a sturdy shelter. Practice building different types of shelters, such as lean-tos, debris huts, and tarp shelters. Knowing things is helpful, especially when the power goes out. But knowledge alone isn't enough. You need to practice these skills regularly. Make them second nature. That way, when an emergency strikes, you'll be ready. Remember, knowledge is power, but only if you use it. We like being around other people. We do better together. If the power goes out, our community is super important. Get to know your neighbors. Become friends now, so you can help each other out later. Figure out other ways to talk to people. Look into things like ham radios or walkie-talkies. Remember, we're all in this together. A strong community is a community that can handle anything. Being able to change is important in any tough situation. The same is true for a world without the internet. We need to be creative, to think differently, to find new ways to solve problems and get what we need. This means learning new things, trying new technologies, and not being afraid to change our minds. The internet is always changing. How we get ready needs to change too. As things get more uncertain, it's important to be ready for anything. A world without YouTube, without the internet, might seem far away, but it's something we need to think about. So, make your backup plan. Learn new things, practice your skills, and get to know your neighbors. By doing these things, you'll be ready for a world without the internet and for any other problems that come up. The best tool you have is your ability to bounce back.